And it's time to get nifty once again. I'm Joel Comm, and this is
I'm Travis
You
Wright.
are who? Who are you?
I'm Travis Wright. I didn't know you were going to introduce me because normally say I'm Joel Comm.
And he is Travis Wright.
That's true.
And this is episode number 5 of the Nifty Show, the podcast about all things NFTs and digital collectibles. It's a brave new world out there, and we are excited to be part of it. And I think this is a good time to share our theme music. Here we go.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts, you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kinda spiffy. The Nifty Show!
Yeah, and apparently some of the streams are not working, Mr. Travis Wright, including Theta. For whatever reason, it's not restreaming there. So those of you who are trying to watch there, you won't see anything. But if you'll go to the Bad Crypto YouTube channel or our Twitter or our Facebook group, you will find us streaming there.
You will not find us streaming in Telegram because that doesn't work like that.
You can't stream on Telegram. Yeah, for whatever reason, the stream to Theta is not working today, so I need to go back and check the stream. You know, technology, there's a lot of moving parts to all this, right? To setting everything up and making sure your stream keys are right, and maybe they changed them up or something, but it said, no, you can't stream there. It's not going to happen. So I'm not going to troubleshoot it now. I have enough troubleshooting in my life, Mr. Travis, right? Some exciting news in the NFT world this week. We do have a guest that is supposed to be joining us, and it is 5 a.m. in the world where he is. He said he set his alarm. He's not here yet.
And then he probably rolled over and was like, yeah, screw those guys.
Yes. Maybe we'll talk about what he's doing, whether he shows up or not. But first of all, Travis, I want to talk about the folks that make the show possible, which are our friends at NFT.cred. And I have something I want to show you this week. So let me do a screen share of this, because they have .cred domains. And what you can see on the screen right here now, it's a domain for a website, but it's also a wallet. And you can see right here that they've got me on this page just as an example. So you can visit my website at joel.cred, and you can also send me cryptocurrency to this wallet. It's one and the same. Instead of these long, strings of characters, you could just send Ethereum to joel.cred. Let me play this video really quick so you guys can see how this works. So it's a DNS web and an ENS wallet service, Ethereum name service. So you get your own personal site, you connect your social profiles to it, all under the same banner, and then you link your domain to your digital wallet. So you can see I've got a wallet address, but you don't need to know that long address. All you need to know is joel.cred, and it's all there in one pretty easy service. So if you actually go to joel.cred, this is what you see. Apparently I'm not logged in, so it's not showing my website and wallet here right now, but from this site, when I'm logged in, you could send messages, and you can pick a wallet to send transactions to, and then you can futz around with the cred domain token here. Let's click that.
You're the chief shenanigator?
Shenanigator, yeah. So I probably have to be logged in, but check out what they're doing. Go to domains.cred and get set up, get your own domain and wallet all in one. It's pretty cool stuff they got going
Powered
on.
by the fine folks over there at People Browser and Cred. Love it.
People Browser. Yeah, we had Jody and Cameron on a previous episode of the Nifty Show, and you can see previous episodes are on replays are on the YouTube channel, on the Bad Crypto channel. We actually have a playlist for the Nifty Show, but if you go to youtube.com/Bad Crypto, also all the videos are ported over to a library.
This is absolutely true. Now, did you hear the big news, Mr. Joel Comm, this week?
What is
around NFTs?
Tell me.
let me share my screen here. So apparently, Mr. William Shatner is tokenizing his favorite memories on the Wax blockchain and doing it on Wax. That's awesome.
I think that's really awesome. So what does that mean?
Yeah. So basically what he's done is he has gone through all of his sort of his memorabilia, and he's tokenizing some of his memorabilia, and he's making these collectible cards based on things around his life, based photos, different pieces of memorabilia and other things. And he thinks that he's a big fan of blockchain. He thinks these NFTs are pretty cool. He's been exploring this space, right? He's like 90 years old, trying to figure out what it all means. And there's this article here on Cointelegraph, the magazine, where he actually was talking about what he's going to do. He goes, it's critically important both to the person who wants one unique thing or someone who spends a great deal of money on a very expensive object and wants to be sure it isn't counterfeit. And so he understands blockchain. He sees what it's about. And you know what? Like he's way older than my mom. And my mom looks at me like she doesn't understand what the hell blockchain is. And here's William Shatner out there, 90 years old, diving in.
You got to admire that, right? That the dude, there's no reason to stop, right? He just continues to learn, and he's wanting to leave a legacy in the form of non-fungible tokens. I just think it's hilarious that he's like, it's just stuff that he's got laying around, right? I found an x-ray of a tooth, and we're going to put it on a card and we're going to sell it. What else is he going to find? Belly button lint? Is he going to?
Well, he's got a photo of him and Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy having a hug, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
People want to be close to the personalities, they're heroes that they admire. I was listening to a great episode of Malcolm Gladwell's podcast, and he was talking about the Andy Warhol Museum has thousands of boxes of his stuff, just mundane stuff like toothbrushes and tickets to things, and they're sealed up in these boxes in this museum. They don't even get to most of it, but they treat it with this reverence, like, oh, this is the shoe that he wore, this is the underwear that he had.
Think about that. A lot of museums around the world are like that, where they just have these huge warehouses full of art that they don't showcase it, and it's just sitting in some crates in the back. And I think a lot of these folks, as NFTs become more prevalent in the world, I'll think that people are, these museums and stuff are going to start tokenizing some of this really cool art. Imagine having some rare Picasso stuff that's never seen the light of day in 60, 70 years or something, and they can turn that into an NFT and tokenize it and have collectors go wild.
Remember when we first interviewed the CEO of La Token, when they first started in 2017, they became an exchange, a crypto exchange. But at that time, their goal was to tokenize assets and be able to own a piece of those assets.
That's what it stands for, Liquid Assets Token.
La Token. Yeah, but I mean, they ended up being a crypto exchange, which was a smart move because I don't think the world was ready for tokenizing assets yet, but the world was definitely ready for, exchanges that were fast and had a lot of different coins that you could transact. And so good move on them, because I think they're doing really well in terms of volume.
Looks like they are. So there's another piece here, Mr. Joe Com, in the news. I will share my screen once again.
Please
and we
do.
talked about this just recently on Bad News. So, anime is really huge in Japan, right? Huge. And so they're saying that, animism gives Japanese characters a nifty head start on the blockchain, saying that notions of Japan as an animistic spirit-infused realm in which humans can consume with animals and other objects and forces of nature are ubiquitous in Japan, coursing through popular manga and anime. Like here's an umbrella that's a human now. It looks like humanized. You got some Pokemon stuff going on right there. So think of all of these different intellectual properties across all these various different countries. I think anime and NFTs seem to me to be a world, it's just like a perfect storm.
I think you could pretty much put eyes on anything, right? I mean, wasn't it on South Park that they put eyes on a piece of crap? What do they call him?
Mr. Handy.
Mr. Handy.
Mr.
Right?
Handy, the Christmas poo.
So, I mean, you could put eyes on anything.
Handy, the Christmas poo. I know, children.
Also this week, I don't know if you're subscribed to the Nifty Gateway, but you get an email alert every time they've got new Nifties, which are basically digital art. And I'm going to pull up here so you can kind of see. New Nifties are released every week on Thursdays, and there's limited supplies of them. And this one by Stephen Balte dropped this week, and it is freaky and compelling. Let's at $250 for this one here. Let's see if we can go ahead and here we go. Look at this dude. Like he's inflating and his eyes are bulging and they pop out, and then he's got eye sockets and then fresh eyeballs, and it starts all over again. Like,
how many did he sell? I wonder. Do we know?
What am I even looking at here? I mean, this is so...
Dude, he's got these gold chains all over his face.
It's so bizarre.
But how great is it that these bizarre digital
20.
artists are able to take their art, create something cool, and then have a marketplace for that?
So 20 of these sold
$5,000.
$5,000, and I'm sure Nifty Gateway takes a a piece of that. But I mean, it's a great way for artists to be able to sell their stuff. And it looks like, let's just poke around here. Let's see what this one is. This is an auction. It's a 1 of 1. So there's only one of these, and there's a current bid of $690 on it.
Yeah.
And
so a lot of these, what happens is if there's an auction, so it says right here, this auction ends in 1 hour and 46 minutes. Now, if somebody makes a bid on that, once it gets below 1 hour, if somebody places a bid, it adds 10 minutes to it. So that way, so it doesn't just get to the end. If somebody makes a bid, then another 10 minutes will pop on at the end of these.
See what this one is right here. Perry Cooper. It's got a whole collection of teapots. These are interesting. Look at this stuff here. Okay, so this one sold for $1,220. Let's check. Look at that. Like all neon-y teapot.
What's the other one that's still for sale?
You can also see the bid history here. First bid, and you could see who the bidder was on the site. First bid was $700.
At Tyler, I guarantee you that is one of the Winklevi.
Think that's a Winklevoss?
No, it is a Winklevi.
It's got to be. Okay, so the other one was this one here, Rosie Lee. There's 2 of them, so this is not an auction. This is a static purchase.
Bought one.
So one's been sold, and it's like a teapot on acid. Looks like
I don't know if I would drink out of that.
There's also, here's the marketplace, and this shows you, I guess, can you just list anything here? Can anybody list anything here, or do you have to like go to them? I don't know. But see, you can make an offer on any one of these. So I think what's really going to be cool is when somebody comes out with a product that is made especially for displaying your NFTs as wall art, right? Because these are basically just GIFs. So what if you had a frame, and look at this guy here, son of the show. This is 4 of 5, selling for $250. I think it'd be cool to have an NFT frame of some kind that you can display your artwork on proudly or unproudly if it's super weird. I mean, don't you think there should be a Blockchain Heroes frame, right? And you put it on your wall and it cycles through all of your cards that you own in your set.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? Just hanging there on the wall. You're looking at it and like, oh, look, it's that one. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll pop in. You know what else is really big is they're predicting that Gen Z is really going to take the NFT world by storm because it redefines ownership. And the folks who were born between 97 and 2012, that's Gen Z. And I've seen some cases where, it depends on the dates. The dates are my son's Gen Z, my daughter might be Gen A. I don't know, it depends. But they're saying that digital natives they were born and the internet was around and the internet was flourishing. Most of these kids get a smartphone by fourth grade for the most part. And they say perhaps our children's generation won't own the roof over their heads, but they'll own a wealth of digital assets instead. Now, this is one of the things that to me, it says, boomers, they're not going to get NFTs. Gen X, some of them are, here we are, we get them. We understand where they are. We were collectors in our youth, right? We love baseball cards and some of these different things, but the millennials, they're in it some way as well. But Gen Z is going to be all about these digital collectibles and showcasing them on their phones. And because that is their most important asset. When I spoke to Lola, 15, about what value meant to her, she told me her most important asset was her phone. And then she clarified to me the photos and messages it contained. It was the content that mattered, not the device. So think about that. These younger folks are going to be all about these NFTs and digital collectibles and these fun Nifties and making gifts and memes and jokes and all kinds of stuff. So I think that, some of the biggest audience for this stuff is going to be these younger generations.
Can you imagine if your name was Jennifer and your last name started with a Z and you'd be able to go by Gen Z?
You could. I actually saw somebody connect with me on LinkedIn. Her name was Jennifer, Jinephr. Like, what was up with her mom? Mom and dad, what the hell are you thinking?
It's like, here, let's subject you to a childhood of teasing. So it appears Jesse is on the other side of the world. He was actually head of his name's Jesse Johnson. He was head of business development for Loki. Remember Loki.io?
LOCI.
He actually helped set up the interview we had with John Wise on Bad Crypto a couple of years ago. And so he has founded, and unfortunately, I think he is on the other side of the world and probably hit the alarm. If it went off at all, I don't blame him. I probably would have rolled over as well. But I want to show what he's doing. He's got a site called BullionX. And unfortunately, he's not here for us to ask questions, but we can get some clarity here on the website. Bullionix.io is the site. I spotted this a few weeks ago and I thought, this is interesting. 3D digital collectibles backed by real gold. You choose the casting mold, you melt the gold, and you own the resulting collectible to display, share, or sell. It's all on a smart contract. And you can see I'm actually clicking around here on this 3D piece. Ooh, so 3D. However, you have to own DGX tokens in order to get them. So I did. What's that site, Trav, where you do the instant swap on the website? Not Changely. It's another one. It's like in the web browser. It's a decentralized swappy thing. I always forget what it's called. And it's really cool because you guys should know about it. Let me see if I can find it here because I've used it several times. I really like it. And I have so many crypto bookmarks. It's amazing. I can find anything because I just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And I just want to, oh, here it is. Uniswap. The Uniswap exchange protocol. It's Uniswap, uniswap.org. And it's basically an in-browser app that you can swap tons of different tokens from one to another. You just connect your wallet. I mean, there's so many tokens on here, and it takes a small little commission for doing it. Anyway, I swapped my some Ethereum for some DGX token because 1 DGX is 1 gram of gold. You have no words? Okay.
I have no words. I'm not playing around with it. We were going to chat with this guy. He didn't show up. So
yeah. So let me show you. I bought one.
Yeah. Show us yours, which is really cool.
They're limited. There's different ones here. This is a King Condensed. There's 5 of these that are 1 gram. And so you mint them for 1.4 DGX. There's this one. Each one of these, you can click into them and see the 3D representation of it. This one is 3 grams. There's 3 remaining.
Oh, nice. That's got Fibonacci on the back.
Yeah, you got all Fibonacci'd right there. So this is my display case. I bought one of these, the Guardian, Zephyr of the Air. Every dragon has their own role, and Zephyrus is no exception. He is the leader of the skies and extremely valued by his clan for all the important air support. Whether it's transporting precious goods or delivering important messages, Zephyrus has earned his title as King of the Air many times over. This is the 3rd release from the Guardian series. There's 5 in the series. It's a 0.5 gram. And this is the little gold NFT token that I now own. Oh, you know what? I think Jesse has woken up and is joining us right now. Jesse, we were just talking about you, bro.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was actually waiting in the wrong room. So I apologize, guys. Technical difficulties.
That's okay. You're awake.
I am wide awake.
Welcome, my friend. Nice to meet you.
We were making jokes. We were like, no, that alarm went over and he just snoozed it and said, screw those guys.
Yeah.
Dude, it could have very well happened, but I set like 5 alarms today. I was like, there's no way I'm missing the Nifty show. So
awesome. Well, let's explain to us, how these are backed by real gold. Like, do you have the gold? Like, how's this work?
Yeah, so it really started as kind of, it started about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago now. And the idea was I was working with Mintable, which is an NFT minting platform. And then at the same time, I was pretty active in the Digix DAO. So if you guys are familiar with Digix, they're one of the OGs for like crypto gold, where they're based in Singapore, just like myself. And they take gold and they put it in a vault. And every time a gram of gold goes in the vault, they mint a DGX ERC20 token. So, very transparently, they have a proof of provenance protocol. And so it's a very stable, I think they were the very first ICO on Ethereum, matter of fact. So they go way back in that way, and very well funded. So I was like, okay, their gold's probably pretty secure. And anyway, I was active in their DAO. Their DAO recently wound down. It's actually the first case of a DAO self-deleting itself, which is a whole nother story. But for the short time that the DAO existed, we were one of the only proposals, because I was sitting there thinking the DAO is going to go live, and what could we do that would be more than just, meetups or something like on the marketing side. Nothing wrong with that. But I had access to devs and NFTs. And then it hit me one day that my DGX gold balance is my favorite stable coin, but it's kind of boring. It's just like a balance and a ledger. We're used to that with blockchain. And then so I took it a step further. I said, well, how is this different from my coin collection? I grew up, like you guys were talking about, collecting trading cards, mostly basketball in my case. Got a nice Jordan collection.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, from Chicago originally. So a lot of Jordan stuff in the 90s. But other than that, I was like, I also have some coins. And the difference between my DGX and my coins is every time I bust out the coins, there's a story behind each piece. I'm kind of examining them, and they bring a certain feeling with them that, a ledger cannot. So that was the whole genesis of the idea. And I called up my co-founder at Mintable, Zach. I said, hey, you write smart contracts. How difficult would it be? Is it possible to write something where we have a 721 NFT that has specific amounts of ERC20 tokens staked to it? So they're kind of hardwired together. And he said, yeah, we could probably do that. I don't know why you'd want to. And I said, don't worry, I have my reasons. But we were able to do that. And the Digix DAO funded the smart contract side. So they helped us get the ball rolling. And then from there, I've taken it from there and built out the front end and launched this dApp. March 30th, we launched. And along the way, between writing that smart contract and getting to the actual dApp, there were a lot of different things that we've done, which hopefully you can see when you tour the application. So, but yeah, the idea is
very beautiful. These coins are so well designed. I mean, and then the 3D aspect and being able to rotate those. I mean, Mr. Joel Comm, he spends his free time just going in there and looking at his coin.
I'm glad. That's what I want more people to do. And we are getting a certain reaction. We do every Thursday, we do a new drop. So every Thursday, it's kind of fair because unlike other NFTs, this is It's kind of a hybrid minting platform where you mint them. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We're sharing
I
the
just
screen.
pulled up the screen here so people can see the site. And if there's somewhere you want me to go, tell me and I'll click there.
If you click on shop, then you can kind of get a good gist of, basically we add to the shop page every Thursday. So this last Thursday was a big drop. We put out a new collaboration. We collaborate with artists like Tom Badley. So he does a lot of fiat currency banknote design, very like hand engraved, high quality stuff. And we were really excited to collaborate with him this last Thursday. He did a
Didn't he just, that name sounds familiar. Does he do stuff on Nifty Gateway as well?
I wouldn't be surprised. I know he's on Known Origin and Blockchain Art Exchange.
It was Stephen Balte is a close name, the one we talked about a little bit ago.
So I have a question for you, Jesse. So say, we're doing this project, NFTs, we're creating this whole superheroes, we're growing this pretty large community now around blockchain heroes. How could we make blockchain heroes commemorative coins?
Yeah.
See, here's some of the examples of the blockchain heroes we have around us. There's 50 of them. Like, maybe we could put a couple of them, 3 to 5 on a coin or something. What's that process like? How would that work? Because I think it would be really cool. I think our community would love it.
I would love it too. I've been following blockchain heroes. I think my favorite might be, I don't know, probably McAfee.
There is no McAfee. I mean, there's a hero that might resemble him.
Oh, okay.
Inspired him, but I mean, there's no John McAfee in the set. I think you might be talking about card number 18 that is called Renegade. This guy right here.
Yes, Renegade. Definitely talking about Renegade. Yes. Yeah, I really like that one. So the process is that you would basically reach out to me, and it's pretty easy from there, because what we do is we talk to the artist. There he is. Yes, come to me. And you have to come down to Singapore, though. You have to do it in person. So
I see.
Love Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore is great. As long as we can stay at that cool hotel that's got that infinity pool.
Oh man, no problem. And Chaz, actually, small side note, I remember very briefly meeting you in Singapore on the boat.
Nice.
You were giving a talk, and I would listened in and just shook your hand afterwards. But
very nice.
Yeah, always good. So next time you're here.
Yeah, so you did look familiar, but I had no idea where.
Oh yeah, crypto will do that to you.
I have a question here. So a gram of gold right now, what is the current price? Is $54.92?
Yep. That's what DGX. Yeah, on Kyber Swap. So we integrated with the Kyber Swap widget, so people can easily get DGX. Because what we realized is most people that are coming over right now are interested in NFTs first and foremost, and then we're kind of the bridge saying, here, maybe you want to check out a NFT that has the speculative value of NFTs and the collectability, but also a foundational value of gold. And so most people don't have DGX yet. So we wanted to make that as easy as possible.
Well, explain this to me. So I see here this King Condensed by WizardX. It's a gram. You can mint it for 1.4 DGX. The stake amount is the 1 DGX, and then the mold price is 0.4. What is that? The mold.
Right. So it all settles in one transaction. And what you're doing there is you're actually staking a specific amount to the coin, which means that value goes with you. That's still your 1 DGX. The mold price is the price you pay to mint it. So that that's basically split between the platform and the artist that we're collaborating with. And so yeah, in this particular case, the mold is 0.4 DGX. About just under half a gram, but the 1 gram will stay with you with this coin. And what I mean by that is, if at any time you want to get your gold back, you actually can. Your NFT is an on-chain access ticket to those DGX. It's all on the smart contracts. Even if the front end of BullionX goes down tomorrow, you can go to Etherscan, interact with the smart contract, and what you do is you would prove you're the owner. If you're the owner and you're MetaMask or whatever, you would choose to burn the gold, my gold coin. You would melt it down, and the act of burning it will send the appropriate amount of DGX back to your wallet.
Okay,
so in this
so
case, you get 1 DGX back to your wallet.
If I go to my MetaMask, which I am right now, I'm not showing you guys my MetaMask. How do I see the token in my MetaMask?
So unfortunately, MetaMask doesn't have a good display case.
Okay.
So that was another reason that we spent a lot of time building out the dApp, because I'm not, working with Mintable and NFTs for a while now. One of the big pain points in my own user experience was the limited way to interact with your NFTs. So
Okay.
we realized early on that you need.
Let me turn off my background here so you could see I've got my Trust wallet right here, and I can see there's my token right here.
And that looks pretty good. That looks good on Trust Wallet.
So I don't want to melt it, but if I wanted to, how would I do it?
So if you wanted to, again, it would be better to use the BullionX dApp, because then you get what we did is actually, that'd be the best thing to screen share. Is if you were to log into your account, you would see that you have like 4 brightly colored buttons.
Oh, so it's right here. Okay, let me just share this again. But first, let me put my fancy background up again. There we go.
Yes.
And then share this screen right here. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I see. Melt right there.
Yeah, and then so that's what we kind of built out. Is I wanted a way where you would be able to see it in 3D. I doubt the Trust Wallet supports the 3D GLB file, but maybe that's something we could reach out to them about, because they got the 2D representation down pretty well. But yeah, you could do that. You can go full screen, but these buttons are key because we wanted it to be very intuitive with managing and enjoying your NFTs. So if you want to melt it, you click that dangerous red button there in the on the right side. And
it'll ask me to, before I actually do it, right? If I click melt, it's not just going to melt it.
In case you drunk melt it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Once you melt an NFT, the staked DGX will return to your wallet and the NFT will be burned forever. Proceed. No, I want to keep my Zephys. I like them.
Yeah. So do you have illustrators and artists there on board to give these things the gold look and feel that you have?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that took a long time to source the right guys and get the aesthetic we're going for. So
nice.
Some of the artists we work with, like WizardX or these other crypto artists, then they have amazing, compelling work themselves, but not necessarily 3D. So we just work it out with basically, as long as they have high res images, we'll pass it back and forth with basically collaborative drafts until all parties are excited about it.
Joel, maybe we should have a collaboration that launches at the same time Blockchain Heroes launches, with a couple, like maybe Genesis and maybe another couple, that just to start off with, and just to have a series on that. I think that'd be fun. That
would be super fun. Let's have more of that conversation offline then.
Absolutely. Definitely interested. So real quick, while you get this up, you can see a few more key buttons. Another major integration we want right away was the sell button, because the original idea, and it's starting to come true, the tokenomics of it, is these are really limited. Most of the coins we make right now are 10 of 10, 5 of 5, means there's a cap on how many can be minted. We literally use gold terminology, where you have a mold, and that mold can only be used X amount of times, just like real world manufacturing. And then it's gone. So, okay, we want to basically incentivize people to be early birds, come in and stake their gold on Thursdays before anybody else. That's why we have a set time and place, because then you come in on Thursday, you minted it before the other guy, and now you're kind of the distributor of that coin. Like, you have the right to basically push that sell button, and it takes you right to OpenSea. And next thing you know, you're selling it on OpenSea.
So you could sell that thing for 2 to 5 times what you bought it for. What the value?
Are they sold out? Are they all gone?
Lately Thursdays have been selling really well. We're seeing a nice organic increase.
How do I see if all 5 of these have been sold?
What you would do is, I guess you would go back to the shop page, and then this part shows that you own 1 of the 5. But if you were to check the original page, because they're like, you'd go to the Guardians collection. The Guardians collection is all our dragons. And
so they're gone. Zero remaining, sold out.
Zero minute. You've got a sold out piece. These were designed in-house by us. This one was not a collaboration in the sense that I hired the artist. I knew who I wanted from the non-crypto world and was like, can you make some amazing dragons for us? Her name's Beth Calloway. She does amazing work.
Good job.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So let me do a follow-up here. Apart from me having this cool NFT, which is why I bought it, because I'm like, oh, this is cool. It actually costs me more than the half of gram of gold to create this. Why would somebody buy it from me just because they think it's cool and a collectible, or is there some other inherent value to it?
Right. So it depends. But generally, yeah, it's like many other NFTs where there's a speculative part. So like we were saying, if there were only 5 of the particular dragon you minted, if you had scooped up a few of them, we have certain users, or like we like to call them goldsmiths, who come in and mint multiple of the same token. And then they go and they can resell. Maybe they want to keep one for themselves, but they could resell the others on the OpenSea market. Mm-hmm. So in that way, yeah, they're like a dealer of the collection that they most are excited about or most believe in. Nice. And the interesting thing is OpenSea was very easy to work with. And they said, yeah, we can price it in DGX gold terms, or you can pay with Ether or DAI or whatever you want. So
you can see here who your top minters are. Mo 1222 is minted 24. He's got 45 grams of gold.
Mo is awesome. We're pretty active in our Discord, and Mo's active in there, and he's got the best collection right now by far. I mean, I'm jealous of him.
Wow. What's your Discord?
So if it's just on the page, there's a BullionX Discord. The button's kind of floating all over the website. So if you see usually in the lower right, you're welcome to join. And the little gold rocks are really interesting. That kind of started as a starter coin. That the idea was lower fees, people who aren't sure if they're passionate about gold yet. Because like I've talked to Mo, and he really believes in gold, and he wants to have some gold. And that's the kind of people we want, is like merging the gap and be like, you can hold some crypto, and if you want to take profits, you could put it in gold. But yeah, the little gold rocks are like a starter coin for anybody who wants to get started. It's, I think, a half a gram of gold, and the fee is like a quarter gram. So it's under a DGX, and you've got yourself your first BullionX NFT. Those were a little more common, so we are doing it in batches of 25. But what we did is we're doing a promotion right now where if you own one of those little gold rocks, you can actually send it back to us, and we will custom make one coin for you, like a anything you want. And they all share the same B side because they're all part of the same prospectors collection, but you can put any high res image you want on the front. And they're not quite as 3D as our in-house productions, but it's still very aesthetically pleasing, and they all share the same aesthetics then. So
these are fun.
So it's a
non-fun.
Do they have to be 1 gram, or can you make them like a 5 gram coin or a 10 gram coin?
So we've run the promotion twice now, one with each batch of coins. The first one was very straightforward. We just wanted to see if people were interested, and they really liked it. And that was 1 weight, and they're all 1 of 1. So you came away with an extremely rare, a super rare 1 of 1 NFT. This time around, we're doing it with the Martian-looking red rock, which is batch 2, and you can collect 2 rocks, which would add up to a full gram. And if you send us 2, we'll make a 1 gram yellow gold rock for you, or yellow gold coin. And if you send us 1 rock, we'll make you a rose gold half gram rock coin. Sorry, it's 5 a.m.
I could be like Charlie Brown and be like, I got a rock.
These are really cool.
Yeah,
I love the fact that it's backed by gold. Now I have this NFT. Can somebody actually transfer that and actually get real gold in their hands?
Right. So that's where Digix comes in. So we're basically building on top of the Digix ERC20. So if you check out digix.global, you can learn about them and what they do. But they actually do take real world redemption. I think you have to be based in you have to do it face to face, either in Singapore, or they have a vault also in Canada, maybe. I mean, I know they do. I don't know if they do the redemption there. 100%.
That's always one of those things for me. It's like you don't have your keys, you don't own your crypto. If you don't possess your physical gold, then you just own your paper gold, which is a big problem because I just think there's like 500 times as much paper gold as there is actual real physical gold, right? Because the
Absolutely.
way that CME has sort of manipulated stuff. So I think but dude, I love these designs. I think these are so fascinating. I think our fans would love them, and we got to find some ways to put some stuff together because this is really, really cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. And yeah, real quick on what you said there, I totally agree. And even if I think the point, like the larger point about what we're doing, and when we talk with the guys at Digix, they agree, like, one bonus or benefit of using digital gold, blockchain gold instead of real world gold is you can start doing payments and buy your cup of coffee with the right like crypto debit card or something, or point of sale. That's interesting. But I think more interesting to me and BullionX is seeing digital gold have a place in this fast growing metaverse, which you guys talk about all the time on the show, whether it's crypto voxels or Decentraland. That is one use case where you can start seeing the virtual worlds that we're all going to populate being populated also with real value, with gold. So
you have a gold shop. You could be like a coin store on crypto voxels, and you go in, you can see all the different coins in the case, and that's fun.
So yeah, you can always come by our place. We've got a big gold vault sitting in crypto voxels at 4 Jumbo Way. That's our address.
Really? Well, hang on a second. Let me go to crypto voxels, and we can go ahead and actually take a peek. We had them on recently. So 4 Jumbo Way.
Yep, I think so.
There is BullionX. All right, let me screen share this because I was able to hop there really quickly. And all right, there it is. Let me go ahead and visit the shop. I love this stuff so much. This is so fun. Like instantly, because we're versed on this, we can go here and we can see in your cases. What is this? Insert crypto to pray.
So you'll notice the mask there, the gold mask is Wizard X. That's his kind of calling card, his logo. And he just put out a new coin last Thursday with us, and that's his first coin produced with us. But we got to know each other because I reached out to him to help build this because he's one of the best crypto voxel builders I know. And so he helped us really fix up the place.
Yeah, this is really cool. So you have these cases just like you would at a jeweler, right? A museum. What's the throne for? Can I sit there and take a poo?
I'm actually still trying to understand the throne. Wizard X put that in there for us. And
and here's like, here's the vault.
Here's the vault. Yeah, you're in the vault right now. So he left the door open. I was like, Wizard, that's a little risky, but
dude, grab those, Joel.
Yeah, so far nobody's run off with the gold.
That's a half a gram of gold. Get it?
Yeah,
really.
That's a problem about these virtual worlds. You can't have like bank robberies.
Who's your neighbor here, Babylon?
We got good neighbors. The non-fungibles guys, they're just down the road from us. It's a little quieter part of town, but it's definitely getting better and better all the time.
It's a Beatles song.
Dude, I love that.
It is getting better all the time.
So
awesome. Cool. Well, Jesse, we appreciate you making it. Sorry for the confusion on the location. Google does that. When you set a calendar, it will automatically make a hangout for you. And I hate that because hangouts suck. Zoom is better.
Yeah, now I realize we're on the Zoom team. So
yeah man.
Won't happen again.
Cool. Hey, I'm going to put you in the waiting room while we finish up, but stick around for a moment. We're going to talk to you some more offline. All right.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys.
Cool. So Mr. Travis Wright, cool stuff, huh?
Well, you know what? It's like I've been a gold fan and a silver fan for way longer than I've been a crypto fan. And it's like to be able to sort of merge the two, I think is good. We've talked about how great it would be if gold were a stable coin and you could buy and sell and use your gold because we're tying these stable coins to the dollar, and the dollars aren't that stable, right? The value of that continually decreases. The value of gold is going to continually increase slowly over time. So I find that stuff fascinating. I really enjoyed chatting with this guy. I think this could be really fun to find some interesting ways to make a handful of these rare blockchain heroes and have it be really fun for our audience to play around with.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. It looks like Theta finally started streaming, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
He said it was live. I'm looking here on
yeah, I don't know what started working, but every week we're live, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, ideally on Theta, because we want to support decentralized live streaming, and it's nifty.show/Theta takes you right there. But if that's not working, you could always find us on the Bad Crypto Mastermind, on the Bad Crypto Twitter page, and on the Bad Crypto YouTube channel. So we're all the places. And of course, this show, the audio version is uploaded to podcast distribution. So you want to support the show, go subscribe to it on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts. And and I have our guest lined up for next week too. Would you like to know who it is?
I would love to know who it is, because I don't know who it is.
It's Alex Atala from OpenSea.
Oh, very good.
So, I mean, of course, they are vying to be the eBay of NFTs. And what would really be cool, Travis, right now on OpenSea, I believe all you can do is ERC 721s, right? Tokens. But imagine if they were able to start integrating NFTs from other blockchains like Wax.
Is this something that is a rumor you've heard that might be happening, or is this just kind of wishful hoping?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll see next week.
Yeah, maybe something will happen, but that would be awesome, because, become a marketplace for all NFTs, all blockchains, be blockchain agnostic and be able to transact. And what if you could buy an NFT that was minted on Wax, but have it show up in your ERC 721 wallet?
Yeah, well, that would make sense, because Binance did that thing where they sort of have the wrapped Bitcoin and the wrapped Ethereum. So that's probably what it could be. Is it could be an ERC20 wrapped. So that's probably a protocol that will be created if it's not already being worked on.
If you guys aren't in the Blockchain Heroes Telegram yet, you're missing out on lots of good stuff. We're revealing cards. The response to everything we've created so far has been spot on, which really excites us, because we want to really wow you guys. And we started doing Wednesday evening community meetings on a Zoom. You're actually invited to the Zoom. Come on screen with us, where we do a weekly variation reveal. This week we revealed the rare card in the Da Vinci format. And this coming Wednesday, we're going to reveal the epic card, which is where we start getting animated.
And we're going to show you what the backs of the cards look like, because we just designed them and finalized the design last night.
So go to bcheroes.com and subscribe to the newsletter, because that's where you're going to get notifications of promotional NFTs that are out there right now. You can actually claim some cards right now, but if you're not on the list or in the Telegram, you might not know where they are. So bcheroes.com, and then go to the t.me/BC Heroes and join the Telegram. We'll catch you guys here next week on the Nifty Show. Thanks for watching.
Stay nifty.
Be
really
nifty.
kind of spiffy.